Hey, my name's Sylvie and welcome to my yoga YouTube channel. Today's practice is an engaging flow practice where we use our breath and some pretty quick, swift movements to get our blood pumping up and down our bodies, using our breath to engage our core, getting into some twists, some balancing poses. And really the goal here is to sweat it out, trust our bodies, and feel awesome afterwards. So if you're into that, I will see you on the mat. Hey, welcome. So to start off this practice, we're going to do a little bit of breath work to really prepare our bodies, get it in a state so that we can really go through some juicy dynamic movements together. So to start off, find yourself in a seated position. Begin to land in your space and allow everything to melt away. Tune into your breath and start evening it out. So on our inhales, we're going to do it together for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. Take a few moments now to find a length that feels good for you. Really kind of smoothing out the inhales and exhales. Paying attention to your breath. To prime this practice, we're going to do breath of fire. If at any point this is not feeling good for you, stick with the even cadence of breath. But essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale together, and on the exhale, we're going to exhale through our nose, and we're just going to bring our belly button to our spine and kind of do a short little spurt. And you're going to do that over and over again for as long as you can until you need to take another inhale. So we're going to do 3 rounds together at our own pace. And at any time, you can switch back to the even box breath. So we're going to inhale for breath of fire. And back to the normal breath. Fantastic. To get started, we're going to get into tabletop. Hands under shoulder, knees under hips. Get into a few cat-cows to warm up our core. So drop the belly on the inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale, press away from the mat, round the spine on the exhale. Inhale, drop belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, round the spine. We'll do this for another 3 rounds of breath, getting our blood moving and our spine nice and warmed up. Inhale, find some stillness. Exhale, extend out your right leg. Flex those feet. And sweep your left arm up, really engaging in your core, pressing away from your mat, not allowing your low back to sink. And inhale, we're going to reach both directions of movement, and exhale, elbow and knee together, rounding the spine. Inhale to reach, and exhale to round. We're going to do this for 5 rounds. Using your breath as a guide. warming up our core. Awesome. We're going to meet in the inhale. Bring your left hand down. Exhale, knee to nose. Rock yourself forward, foot between your hands. Awesome. Begin to lift your chest. Press your hips forward into a low lunge. And exhale, begin to press your thigh away from your chest. So you're opening up your hip, you're twisting your chest to the right. We're here for a few rounds of breath, evening out the inhale and exhale, smoothing your transition. On your next exhale, bring your thigh back, framing your front foot. Inhale, you're going to lift your chest, and exhale, you're going to press your hips back, straighten that front leg, micro bend if necessary, and fold over your thigh. This stretch can feel quite intense. Blocks are great to bring the ground to you. Trusting your body and listening to where your breath leads you to in these poses. Inhale, begin to apply more pressure to your left hand and sweep your right arm up, twisting to the right side of your space, keeping the same position with your leg. On your next inhale, begin to crawl your hands slightly forward, your left hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your right foot and bringing it off the edge of your mat. And you can do it by grabbing it, maybe bending the knee, or lifting and sweeping over. Applying pressure to the outer edge of your foot, you're going to open up your chest even wider. And exhale, take that right hand and bring it over to the left, threading the needle. Option to drop your head or to grab some blocks or just actively press with your hand, whatever the breath breathes you into. Inhale, sweep your arm all the way back up, twisting up. And exhale, release back to tabletop. Inhale, straighten out your left leg, lift it up, and sweep your right arm forward. Really engaging in that core, trying to not dump into your low back. Inhale, we're going to reach both energies, two different directions, and exhale, elbow to knee, crunch. Inhale to reach and exhale to crunch. We're going to do this for another 5 rounds, using your breath as a guide. Can anyone feel the blood going yet? This is awesome. Awesome. So drop your right hand down and exhale, knee to nose, rock through to your hands. Inhale, lift your chest, press your hips forward in a low lunge. Option to stay here, or on your exhale, take your left hand, pressing it on your thigh and twisting your chest open. So your hip opens up, maybe you roll on the outer edge of your left foot. And we're here for a few rounds of breath. Exhale, bring your thigh back to center. framing your front foot. Exhale, you're going to press your hips back, straighten out your left leg. Inhale to lift the gaze and exhale to fold over. Begin to apply weight onto your right hand. And then inhale, sweep the left arm up, twisting to the left side of your space, keeping your left leg straight and your hips pressed back. Using your breath as a guide. On your next inhale, you're going to, either by bending or grabbing your left foot, pick it up and swing it to the right side, the left side of your space. Applying pressure on the outer edge of your foot, twisting your chest even further, and exhale, sweep it down over to the right. Dropping the shoulder in your head. We're here for a few rounds of breath. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. And exhale, make your way over to tabletop. Begin to crawl your hands just above your shoulders and really press away from your mat, feeling your shoulders slide. Tuck your toes under. We're going to inhale to lift, so your hips go back, your knees hover. Exhale to release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Do it 2 more times. And on your third one, you're going to do the exact same motion, but then lift your hip all the way up and back into our first downward facing dog. We're going to take a few moments here doing any movements you need to get comfortable in this position, feeling it in the back of your legs and your neck to drop. Getting cradled by gravity here. Inhale, step or hop to the front of your space and slowly rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move through some variations of sun salutation, so lots of up and down, really getting the blood going up and down the body. And so the key here is to allow your breath to guide you through each movement. It's going to be fun. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, soft bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, flatten your back, lift your gaze. Exhale, palms down, step or hop to the back of your space. Rock forward. Exhale all the way to your belly. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, release. Inhale, press yourself up, high plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Here we're going to do a couple what I call rock throughs. And we're going to build on it nice and slow. So on your inhale, you're going to bend your knees generously and then spring yourself forward into a high plank. And on your exhale, you're going to bend your knees, dip your chest first, and press back to down dog. So inhale, you spring forward, kind of like you got a shock wave to your spine. And then exhale, you dip your chest first, bend your knees like you're going under a bar, and go to down dog. So we're going to do this 3 times. Inhale to spring forward, and exhale to dip back. Awesome. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Hold here for 3. And exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your space. And slow rise up the spine. Arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Easy transition with the breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back. Lower all the way to your belly. Inhale to peel the chest up. Exhale to release. Inhale, press up, and exhale, downward facing dog. Next, add on to these rolls is it's a fun one. We're going to add a chaturanga or push-up position at the end of our inhale. So we bend our knees, electric shock forward to high plank, lower your elbows so that you're in a chaturanga position, and then exhale, bend the knees, dip your head under that bar, and get to down dog. So I'll do this one more time. Inhale, bend the knees, electric shock forward, lower, bending the elbows, and then exhale, bend the knees, press back into down dog. So let's do this 3 times. Awesome. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Really pressing away from your mat. Weight in your heels. Evening out that breath. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop forward. And inhale, slow root to rise, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last round of sun salutation, using our breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to flatten that back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back. Rock forward and lower. Inhale to peel the chest up. Exhale, release. Press to high plank and exhale back to downward facing dog. One more add-on. Trusting our body and trusting what it can do in this moment on our mat for us today. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, electric shock forward, chaturanga, and then instead of dipping back into down dog, you're actually going to drop your elbows and do the same down dog. Legs getting heavy in the heels, hips up and back, but we'll meet in dolphin. And then lift our elbows and press back to down dog. So this is awesome for chest opening, shoulder strengthening, but you'll definitely, if you're doing it right, you'll definitely feel it. So inhale, we're going to electric shock ourselves forward, chaturanga, and exhale. We're going to curve our back down, drop our elbows, brief dolphin's pose, and press up to down dog. So we're going to do this 3 times. You got this. That's electric shock forward. Beautiful. Let's meet in down dog. Evening out our cadence of breath. And exhale, bend the knees. Meet at the top of our mats. And inhale, root to rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to lift the gaze. Exhale to plant the palms. Step or hop back. Rock forward. Chaturanga. Pull the chest through. And exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Tuning into the breath, we're going to lift our right foot up and back, keeping the toes pointed down and pressing away from our mats. Exhale, knee to nose. We're going to rock forward, hands through our feet. And inhale, we're going to apply more pressure to our left hand and lift the right one up into an easy twist. We're here for 3. Even inhales and exhales. Exhale, we're going to take our right hand and we're going to kind of windmill ourselves back. So we're going to take our right hand to the back of our space, prop ourselves up, maintaining this twist in the chest. Really finding our center of gravity here. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, we're going to allow our right hand to drop over to the back of our thigh and sweep our left arm up and over, creating this nice side stretch, maintaining our center of gravity, embracing the shake. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. On your next exhale, we're going to windmill back down to the easy twist position, left hand on the ground, right arm up. And on your inhale, you're going to roll to the outer edge of your back foot and dip your hip slightly. So you get in this kind of hyper twist position, really pressing in your shoulders, opening up that hip. We're here for 3. On your next exhale, we're going to swivel all the way back up. So you're going to press your hips back up, pressure into your left foot, placing your right arm down, lifting your left chest up. We're here in kind of like an easy angle. So back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. On the inhale, begin to apply more pressure to your right foot, creeping in your left, and slowly lift, keeping your chest open to the left side of your space, and begin to peel up from the ground. Engaging in all 5 directions of movement, keeping that chest twisted to the left. We're here for 3. Exhale, bring your hands back down, keeping that hip open and folding over your right leg. We're here for 3, really easing in that transition between your inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, begin to crawl your hands towards the right, engaging in this twist, bending that knee, opening up that hip. Option to stay here or to grab your foot. Keeping that chest twisted. This is a fun one. Pressing in that foot. We're here for 3. And exhale, release your leg back down. Soft bend in the knees. We're going to stay in this forward fold. Awesome. Inhale, slow root to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to lift the gaze. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back. Lower all the way to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Smoothing out the inhales and exhales. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back, pressing your hands away from your mat. And exhale, knee to nose, rock through to your hands. Begin to apply pressure to your right hand and lift your left hand up, twisting to the left side of your space. We're here for 3 rounds of breath, evening out our inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, take your left hand and bring it to the back of your space, lifting your right arm up, maintaining that twist in the chest. Find your center of gravity here, pressing in both feet. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. Exhale, take your left hand, allowing it to fall on the back of your thigh. And inhale, sweep your right arm up and over, engaging in the side body. We are going to be here for 3 rounds of breath, using your breath to find space and stillness in this pose. Inhale, bring your right arm to the back, left to the front, and twist your back foot so that it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. Exhale, bring your left elbow to your knee and sweep your right arm up and over into easy angle. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, bring your left hand down to the mat and begin to walk your hand forward, inching your back leg forward. Applying pressure to your left foot, begin to lift your right foot up, keeping that hip nice and open and lifting up off the ground. Keeping all limbs nice and active. We're here for 3. Exhale, both hands to the ground, keeping your leg as is, opening up your hip. Inhale, we're going to lift the gaze. And exhale, we're going to fold over our front foot, keeping our hip open. We're here for 3. Nice even cadence with the breath. Exhale, bend in your knee, opening up your hip. We're going to crawl our hands over to the left side of our space. Option to stay here for 3 or to grab your back hand, pressing your foot. We're here for 3. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground, feet to the ground, and allow yourself to forward fold. evening out the inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift halfway, flatten that back. Exhale, palms to your mat, step or hop back, high plank. And exhale, knees to the ground, untuck your toes, and sit back onto your heels. Finding some stillness here, we're going to change up our breath to cool ourselves right back down. So we're going to inhale through our mouth, and we're going to do it as if we were sipping from a straw. So we're going to inhale with our mouth and exhale through our nose. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist over to the right. We'll do 3 rounds of this cooling breath. Bring yourself back to center. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale over to the left. 3 rounds of cooling breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, make your way over, backs on our mats. Knees bent, feet on the floor. And slowly, to whatever breath feels good to you, we're going to bring our knees over to one side. Inhale, back up to center. And on your exhale, bring them over to the other side, massaging the low back, giving your hips a little bit of attention, and take it real easy with the breath. Nice and slow. Trust your body. Inhale, find yourself back up to center. To close our practice, we're going to do a few rounds of bridge pose and then an option to do shoulder stand or a variation of shoulder stand. So on our inhale, we're going to press into our heels, lift our hips up, squeeze our glutes, and exhale to release. Inhale to lift up, exhale to release. We'll do 2 more times your own breath, and then we'll get into shoulder stand. If this is feeling good for you, opt to stay here and maybe grab a block or a pillow to support your hips so that you're not using your muscles, or bring your knees to your forehead so you can kind of do a little rock up, catching your low back with your hands. Bring yourself here, or option to slowly lift up, engaging in your core, straighten those legs. Allowing your neck to relax, your chest to soften, and your legs to drain. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. Exhale, release. So if your legs are upright, bring your knees back down to your forehead and slowly roll over onto your backs and begin to settle in, doing any movements you need to get into a pose, or you can have some stillness. Slowing down the breath and soaking in all the movements. If this is feeling wonderful for you, I invite you to stay for as long as you like. If you want to close this practice with me, add some small movements, keeping your facial features nice and soft. Maybe your eyes stay closed as you transition. And find your way over to one side of your mat in a fetal position. And then when you're ready, bringing yourself up to any seated position with your hands to heart center. Thank you for spending your precious, precious time with me and to get your blood moving, get yourself oxygenated, and for sweating it out with me. Super look forward to the next time we can practice together, and have an awesome day. Namaste.